I'm here with Professor Maria Rita Gismondo from Milan, right? She's one of the main virologists of Italy, and she came today into the German Parliament to be part of our symposium. Thank you very much.
It's my proud.
Professor Gismondo, we saw horrible images from Italy in the media. What was the true situation in Italy in March and April?
Oh, it's confusion with so many data and so false data, because every day government and the Ministry of the Health publish the number of positive and died patients, but we are not sure that these data are controlled data. The main confusion was about the people died for COVID or with COVID. And only at the end of this period the Ministry of the Health clarified the situation, and only 10 or a little bit more of patients died only with COVID, for COVID, and other patients died infected with COVID but with very severe other pathologies. Then I think we can define the COVID an opportunistic infection, not the primary infection.
All the world saw these horrible images from Bergamo with the trucks transporting coffins, it was said to us.
Yeah.
What was the true story about it? Were dead people inside of the trucks or not?
I can't say anything because I was at my lab and I saw the pictures in TV. My opinion is that should be a no right choice to project this image, because created the psychological negative impact on the people. The people had panic and confusion. I think that the TV, the government must to be quiet and to give to the people the security of the good health for them, and to be quiet, to have a measure for them.
WHO changed the definition of pandemic in 2009. Why, and was it justified?
I don't know the justification about this changement, because before this data, the definition of pandemia was according the lethality of the infection. But after 2009, the definition was according the number of countries involved. Then you can understand that there are very different definition, and permit all the countries to declare the emergency with so few cases in the countries. In Italy, we had emergency state with only 4 patients with COVID. I think should be too much.
Okay. What was new for me today was that you said there was a sample of rivers from November 2019 in Milan, and you found, or people found
our lab, yes.
Your lab did.
Yes.
Could you provide some details about this mission, please?
Yes, we retested the samples from the river, and we find the new coronavirus. It means that the coronavirus arrived in Italy not on January or February, but the last year, probably in the middle of the last year.
And how come that the water was saved in November?
No, the water was saved because we analyzed also the final river, the final part of river, and we find not viable viruses, coronavirus, but not viable viruses. Then it means that it's safety to use this water, but demonstrate the presence of the virus in Italy before the January or February.
But the sample was taken in November.
Yeah.
And why? Nobody knew.
No, it's the routinary.
It's always done.
Yes, always. Yes, we every month we test the water, the wastewater, the water of the river, just to control the pollution and the environment. Then, and the special agency control this water and have the storage of these samples. And during in the future we can analyze again this water in case we need, as in during COVID.
Many people from Italy wrote me that hospitals were closed in many small towns and the big ones were empty in April and afterwards. So that really contradicts with the media narrative. Could you tell us what really happened?
I don't know the real situation. I can speak about our hospital. No, our hospital is a big hospital. It was as a Luigi Sacco hospital and the Bene Fratelli Sacco Group hospital. Until April, we had the full beds in intensive care, but now are absolutely empty. Yeah.
You were the first one to use the test. Which kind of test was it? Was it the one of Professor Drosten here from Berlin?
Yes, both we use Berlin test and Hong Kong test are real-time PCR. We test both to have the confirmation of the result.
Are those tests reliable?
Sorry?
Are they reliable? Can we trust those tests?
Oh, is a PCR. It means that it's not 100% of perfection, but I think 10% of the result should be false result. But this is for all the tests by using PCR.
Does it protect us when we are wearing face masks?
During my job, yes, but not when I am in the family or at the restaurant. But we had different measure and different suggestion for the use of the mask, because when at the beginning in January, February, the Ministry of the Health said don't use mask only for people who work at the hospital or only for patients, for people sick, not for healthy people. Now it's changed. The Ministry of the Health obliged all the people to use the mask, also on the road, everywhere.
But does it help to reduce the numbers or not?
But probably yes, but I think it was not necessary, because the masks are also dangerous for the health, because you breathe the microbes, you have the no good area for your lungs.
Okay, but that would mean that the numbers of sick people could increase.
How we can demonstrate that? I don't know, because there are no studies demonstrating this phenomenon or in contrary the phenomenon.
Thank you very much. Just finally, you were criticized for statements on social media. Why? What did happen? And how do the people interact with scientific and critical views?
Yes, some scientific association criticized my statement on my personal Facebook post, because on February, when we had in Italy just 4 patients, I invite the people don't have a panic, to be quiet, and I declared that the infection was a little bit worse than influenza, but no the Spanish flu or such. And I received many critics by the people, from other virologists, and still now we receive some email very strong about this my post on the Facebook. It means that the people prefer to have a panic. I don't know.
And you never changed your mind until now, did you?
No, because I think Also, other virologists in the same time declared that the COVID at the beginning was a little bit worse than influenza. We have to look and analyze the numbers, because now I don't change my idea. I think that it was a serious infections, but we have to look in a correct way the numbers and the lethality, because the lethality is very, very low and mortality is very, very low.
Did the government ever pressure you? The
No.
Italian government?
No, the government didn't invite me to take part of the technical table, and nobody from government meet me to discuss about that. I'm available and I continue my job.
That's very interesting, yes. But did they try to force you to not talk critical anymore in public?
Yes, I received an indirect invitation to stop my declaration, and media stopped to invite me, because after March nobody from media, television, so invited me to take part to the transmission. Only the Italian virologist.
Right, and there was Professor Bassetti from Genova who said like you.
Ihr sollt auch aufpassen, weil das ist wie ein Krieg. Und das ist wirklich, man muss immer so sagen, muss man einfach vernünftig werden. In Italien, keiner ist gestorben von Coronavirus. Keiner ist in Italien von Coronavirus. Das ist so eine schlechte Grippe nur, aber das ist so eine Influenza.
But then he changed his mind, right? Somehow in television. So
I know very well. Bassetti is a friend of mine, but he is more diplomatic than me, and a little bit and slowly he changed the position, and it was more accepted in the new position he had.
but he changed his position in talking, not his scientific idea of the events. Right?
I think so. Probably it changed because, I don't know, because he's more political and more diplomatic than me.
Okay, but can we trust the numbers from the Italian government, and can we trust those media images from the hospitals in Bergamo where we saw the people dying on the corridors?
I don't have an idea. I know that the choice of the government, Italian or the government worldwide, prefer to push in panic.
Without scientific justification.
Yeah.
Okay, Professor Gismondo, thank you very much to be here, and have a good flight back to
It was a
Milano.
very, very nice experience. Thank you.